poor Kenny G. You guys probably saw this was in the news. Kenny G is rumored to still be in Kanye's living room to this day. He was hired by Kim Kardashian. Or I have that backwards.
By Kanye.
That would not be funny. Or maybe Kenny G. Kanye hired Kenny G to perform for Kim Kardashian. And here we have the video. This was huge news. Huge news. Dan, I don't know why nothing works here.
Yeah, it's been like that last time.
Yeah, it's so strange. Oh, it's making me... Are you got to log in to watch videos? How about you suck my mother effing little pecker? What do I do about this? Maybe I'll try going incognito. Like, I'm kind of already incognito.
This is a puzzler.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works. It works.
Hmm.
We're
Oh,
incognito,
shit.
people.
Such a hacker.
Yeah, if you need any IT help, call your boy. Guys, here's IT tips from Ethan. Incognito or restart fixes 99% of all problems. I should mute it. YouTube's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, did I hear an echoey? Did I hear an echoey jazz song?" Sony Music's like, excuse me, echoey jazz, anything? Did I hear a note? Did I hear one music note?" And then Paramount's like, "Excuse me, Sony, did I hear a music note?" Everyone's fighting over it, like fucking. By the way, I listen to radio. They play songs all the time, and if you play they play songs. That doesn't mean that you get to own their whole show.
No, it's insane.
Sony's be like, was that an E sharp? Yeah, but I own that now. Yeah, Kenny G had an E sharp in his 1932 track E sharp. Yeah, that's mine now. That's my property now. Thank you. Talk to my lawyers. I'm Sony. Eat my unwashed asshole. Sincerely, Sony lawyers. Anyway, Kenny G is playing music. You know, this copyright nonsense is making everything so much more annoying on YouTube.
And every time we finish the episode, we go back and then we're like, oh, we got claimed by...
Oh, yeah, our last step got claimed. What was it for?
A movie trailer.
Oh, yeah, a movie trailer from Tiptoes from fucking, like, 2000. Sony's like,
We got to collect every dollar that we can off of this movie.
Sony's like, do I smell a trailer from 2003? Oh, we own you. Do I smell Kenny G? Did Kenny G just pull down his pants and rip a fat one? We own that sound. It's getting so ridiculous. And I'll tell you what's happening. It's not necessarily YouTube's fault. There's all these predatory people who have built their own algorithms to detect music.
It's like a whole business.
So here's what happens. You have one mother-loving piece of ass pube who he makes an algorithm that detects music, okay, independent of YouTube's, and then he'll approach all these huge companies and say, hey, listen, I'm going to rev share with you 50%. All you have to do is give me permission to claim your shit. And they're like, that sounds great. That's a win-win proposition. We're already not claiming it. And he says he's going to pay us like $1 million a year. That's awesome. So they have no oversight, and nor do they care, because the motivation behind this company that's claiming all this shit is just to eat up as much revenue as possible. You know what I mean? So there's I guess the problem on YouTube side is that there's no motivation. There's no incentive.
Like, they don't get punished for wrongly claiming something.
So apparently, according to the people I've spoke to, that's not true.
They do get punished?
Apparently, they say that. But what's rampant right now is Hila's giving me a really sly smirk.
I don't buy it.
I don't know if you saw that, but she was like, I don't buy that shit.
You're on the wrong street, cuz.
That's true. But, well, be that as it may, whether they're punishing or not, what's so rampant is this the nuance, the gray space of being like, oh, that was 1 second of Kenny G's. So now we own your 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, that is crazy.
It's the nuance. It's the problem is that I think the law has such a wide gap that it allows that. And the technology is caught up. There's no motivation. It's just it's so out of control. There's no incentive for these companies not to do it. There's no rules to enforce the opposite. The law is fuzzy. It's just a feeding ground
And
for
then
these
like,
companies.
there's probably so many videos who get claimed and the creators don't even notice because it's just like you don't really get like a big notification about it. So they probably make so much money off of the ones that go unnoticed too.
That's when I get got.
A lot.
But I think the biggest issue that I've run into talking to other creators is people who don't understand the process and are afraid to dispute it because it seems so scary.
It sounds scary. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna get sued if you dispute.
Or striked, or your video going to be erased. So, it's bad. It's so bad. But you got to acknowledge the opposite, that on Instagram and Facebook, there is no oversight.
Yeah.
People it's way so far to the other side.
Then you end up with SoFlo.
Yeah, exactly.
Making
SoFlo and
millions.
Fuck Jerry and Fat Jew. By the way,
Fat Jew?
there's a guy named Fat Jew that does like Fuck Jerry. Can you all get like real names? I have a conspiracy theory that these idiots, Fat Jew and Fuck Jerry, I can't even mention them without my video being removed.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, anti-Semitic, Fat Jew. Can't mention him. Fuck Jerry. Try making a video about Fuck Jerry, putting them in the title. Can't do it. If I make a new channel, I'll call it Hitler. I don't know. You could do that. I'll call it
Nazi Ethan.
big fat Jewy cunt. Did you guys hear what big fat Jewy cunt did? YouTube's like, what? No, we didn't, and nobody will. Fat Jew. It's like, sorry? You don't get to call yourself that. I don't care if you are fat and Jewish. Fat Jew? Sorry? Oh, I'm so zany. I'm so off the wall.
What is that? That's a Facebook
He's just
page?
Fuck Jerry. He just steals shit. Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, Instagram has turned into the new Facebook, where it's just like, that's mine now, and I'm gonna monetize it. Fuck Jerry. I've been doing a lot of research on these guys, man. These guys are cold-blooded. These guys are SoFlo with suits. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Well, they're like SoFlo, but
Smarter.
somehow they like walk around like entrepreneurs.
They're smart. They're SoFlo. They have no moral compass, and they saw a weak spot, but they're smarter. Not much. I mean,
Not by a lot.
He's not that smart, but he's smarter. Like SoFlo, he would not beat this guy in chess, most likely.
Well, SoFlo doesn't think so.
Yeah.
He's been playing checkers.
Yeah, he's been playing checkers. Somebody's playing checkers. I think SoFlo is playing checkers in this case. Be that as it may, they always, I've just read this article. Fuck Jerry owns this tequila company, Yaya,
Really?
which means ha-ha in Spanish. And none of these guys are Hispanic. None of them have anything to do with alcohol or distillery or anything. Everything to do is so trashy, tasteless, and annoying. And you'll notice when you go to Fuck Jerry, they're always tagging Yaya.
Huh.
He's always wearing hats. I thought it was a sponsor and shit. No, he owns this company.
Didn't SoFlo do something just like that too? He was like drop shipping bras or something.
Yeah, he mentions. I don't know, dude. SoFlo's so deep into scams that I can't even follow. He's like, yeah, I bring in bras from China and sell them on Facebook ads. I make $1 million a second. I was like, what? Bro, I don't know what the fuck SoFlo's up to. Wow. He's driving around with helicopters with ugly girls. You know, that guy's on another planet.
He was doing that as a kindness, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the nicest thing he's ever done.
Yeah.
I was like, SoFlo, what's the nicest thing you've ever done? Well, I flew around an ugly girl on a helicopter once. That was a very...
And everyone was like, bro, why are you even looking at that girl?
Everyone was like, why are you spending time with an ugly girl, bro? He's like, it's like make a wish. Make an ugly girl wish come true. Anyway, we're talking about Kenny G, but I just got so fired up.
So I can't help when I see this scene with Kenny G. I just think of Curb when Larry got this for Cheryl.
You think he nicked his idea?
No, but it's just so funny.
I feel like, okay, I have a lot of thoughts about this. So first of all, Kenny G's, do people listen to Kenny G? He's like the weirdest, corniest music I've ever heard in my life.
I love Kenny G.
Do you? You would. You're like a music connoisseur. But he's just, I mean, he's a dude with a flute. Not a flute, but
I'm not
what does he play?
familiar.
What is that instrument, Zach?
It's like it's a saxophone.
It's a saxophone.
It's a soprano sax.
The fuck do you guys know? When do you guys become scholars?
He kind of looks like Howard Stern.
Yeah, in the darkness. But I imagine he was lowered into that room on like wires like Mission Impossible. And he's still standing there to this day.
Or they're like, okay, you stand here, and now we're going to build all these flowers around you for like an hour. You can't move.
Do you think they did that, or do you think he tiptoed? I don't think he could tiptoe without knocking that shit over. So they must have built it around him.
To tell you the truth, what I really think,
Yeah.
probably not that funny. I think they just left the trail. And
they left it-
once you walked in, they closed it, for the video.
That's brilliant. That's really smart. That's probably what they did do. And you can see there's not that much space between him and the back door. He's much
Yeah.
further away from the camera than he is the back door. So, but be that as it may, I likely think he was suspended by cable and lowered.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that. That's far funnier. So
He's while
just go
playing
with
the
that.
saxophone. Yeah, he's like a little flower himself, isn't he? Like to dip him into a vase, you know what I'm saying? He's like a human Q-tip. He's got a big ass fucking mop, like to clean it. You know what I'm saying?
He's got great hair.
Like the flute. He's like a little flute himself. You know what I'm saying? Damn. I don't know why. People like Kenny G, right? People want to fuck Kenny G. Is that a thing?
I'm not familiar, but it sounds like he's
Do you wanna see
somewhat of a
pictures?
musical legend.
He's somewhat of a musical. He's a sex icon, Kenny G. In fact, I'm surprised he brought him over, because if I was Kim Kardashian, I would be like, let's just put you in a vase and see Kanye later. Yeah, that's a sex icon.
Love that hair.
Yeah, that hair, I could get lost in that. I gotta find young Kenny G, because that's when he was bold and beautiful. Well, he's still bold and beautiful. Who am I to say?
Bald or like bald?
Look at this motherfucker. He's not changed his hair in decades. I mean, God bless the man. Dude, look how hot he is. And look at that G, too. That G is so
Yeah.
tastefully done. You know why they call him Kenny G? Because he's killed 5 people on the streets where he's from, Compton. He's an original Kenny OG, they call him on the streets. You know why they call him Kenny G? Because he's got 5 different families by 5 different baby mamas. Because he's a gangster.